you can go after many niches at a time. Now, I'll tell you, crush one first, go all in on one, own that niche, then you can go to the next one and then to the next one and to the next one. But when you try to cast your net wide, what you end up with is a diluted value proposition with a diluted price. All right, today we are going to break down marketing versus branding. And I promise you, in less than 10 minutes, you will have an incredibly strong grasp on the difference between those two. And most importantly, how do you build a great offer? How do you build an offer that is compelling in the marketplace so that your product or your service is the one that is chosen more often than not, even among a highly competitive industry? So let's jump in and talk about branding versus marketing. So many times that gets conflated, like branding is marketing and marketing is branding. They are two very different things. So branding is the feeling that you get from consuming a product or a service. It's the feeling that you get wearing a pair of Nikes or carrying a Louis Vuitton purse or driving a BMW. It's that feeling that you get by being associated with the brand. And a lot of times we will buy brands so that we can affiliate with that brand and, in our own mind, raise our status, right? It raises our status to wear those pants or to drive that car or to live in that neighborhood. Marketing, on the other hand, is a direct request of your prospect or current customer to take action, to take a new action, to move closer to a buying decision or to move up the value ladder and spend more money with you so that they can get more value. So marketing would be an example of that, would be putting an offer out into the marketplace and saying, buy now, or make sure to grab your deal before Monday, or book a call, or download this web file or ebook, right? Because you're actually making a direct request of your customer. You're marketing to them to show the benefit of using your product or service to alleviate their pain or to help accelerate their growth. Branding is the feeling that people get when they use your product. And again, when you wear that name brand outfit or you stay at that JW Marriott, we're raising our status by experiencing a higher level of value, and we get a feeling from that. So branding is feeling. Marketing is a direct request for somebody to take action. So once you have those broken apart, I will tell you that unless you're doing $200, $300, $500 million per year in top line, I don't know how much branding you can afford to do. It's very expensive to just brand. Think about Coca-Cola. They're showing you a polar bear drinking a Coke. Well, a polar bear has nothing to do with Coca-Cola, but that warm feeling and that Christmas feeling and how Coke is enjoyed with family and friends, that's branding. Because they're not saying, go out right now and grab a 12-pack of Coke for your holidays, right? They're not saying that. They're assuming that you're going to know what action to take because they're so well entrenched in the market. That's why they do branding and they don't do a lot of marketing. A coupon would be marketing, or a special in-store promotion, buy 2 12-packs, get 1 12-pack free. That's marketing, right? That's an in-store promotion. That's not branding. So if you're a small business, small to mid-sized business doing 7 to 8 figures, certainly 6 figures, you can't afford to do branding, but you should be doing an unbelievable amount of marketing. And not all marketing costs money. Marketing can be direct cold outreach where you're making phone calls. Marketing can be direct email campaigns, which don't cost much. And then, of course, text campaigns. And then you can run paid ads to cold traffic and retarget them to warm traffic. So that's all marketing. And I'm going to help you as fast as I can possibly do it in this monologue on how to build an offer using scarcity and urgency. And scarcity and urgency is talked about a lot, but I don't know if people truly understand what it means. And it is rooted in our caveman DNA. This scarcity and urgency goes back to caveman days where there was very scarce food. So we had to go out and kill something because there was only so many, small animals or whatever the heck they ate back then. There were only so many of those that you could get a hold of and grab and kill and eat. And so you had to take advantage of that when you could, or you perished. Same thing around urgency. Hey, the winter is coming. We have an urgency to stockpile our food in the cave before it gets too cold. Or we must go out before it gets dark because after dark it gets really dangerous. And so we've got to go gather, berries and roots and nuts and all the stuff they would do, I guess, as hunter and gatherers, and do that before it got dark so that they could be safe. There was a real sense of scarcity and urgency, and our ancestors understood those two principles better than anybody. And that's why they propagated and why we're alive today. Our ancestors that didn't understand scarcity and urgency starved to death or got kicked out of the tribe or whatever it may be and didn't make it. And so scarcity and urgency it's hardwired into our DNA. And how can I prove that to you today in 2024, 2025? Because back in the pandemic, there was a run on toilet paper. There was a run on toilet paper. There was no shortage of toilet paper, but there was a run on it because somewhere somebody started a rumor that, hey, there's a shortage of toilet paper. And so all of us, me included, ran to the grocery store and bought as much toilet paper as we could because we had to do it fast, scarcity, before it was gone because there was only so much. And we had to do it right then because it was urgent, because once that was gone, it was gone. And they would only allow you to buy a certain amount per day, right? They were rationing toilet paper. And so you would go and get your 4 because it was urgent. If you didn't, those 4 were forever gone that day. You had to wait till the next day. So scarcity, urgency, alive and well. How do you build that into your offer? Really, really easy. When you're marketing, you want to think about a limited number of products or services at a given price point that you will offer. If it's an unlimited amount, well, there's no scarcity. You should never create scarcity that doesn't exist. So if you have an unlimited amount of something to sell, don't use scarcity as a tactic because it won't be genuine and it won't convert. But if you truly have this particular service packaged this way at this price, and you only have 10 of those available, advertise that, promote that, market that, and the principle of scarcity at the DNA level in our brain will take over for the consumer, and they will consume those at a much more rapid rate. They will purchase that at a much more rapid rate because they understand in their core that those are scarce. When those 10 are gone, they're gone. And then the other side of the coin, when you're building your offer with your product or service and you're value stacking, you're saying, we'll do this for you or include this product and you get this free sample or whatever it is, and you're creating that value stack, create an urgency need around time. Again, scarcity is around the number, urgency is around time frame. And so simply say, this particular package of products or services at this particular pricing that gives you this particular benefit is only available at this price until Monday. Okay, well, now they know they've got to take action until Monday, or it's only available while you're on this call. It's only available while you're in store for your first visit. Create urgency around that so that people will understand, I need to take action now or I will forever lose this opportunity. When you build an offer with scarcity and you include urgency, so there's very few of them, and by the way, this whole thing ends in 2 days or ends the second you walk out that door. And I have to tell you a funny story. I worked for a private equity firm, very, very large family office, quite frankly, but it ran as a private equity firm. And one of the original partners in that, this is back in the early 80s, I was negotiating a deal and somebody said, well, how long do I have to think about it? And the guy replied back and he said, until I see daylight between your butt and that chair. So there was certainly urgency instilled in that conversation that the guy had to make a decision on the deal before he stood up and left the conference table. So we want to build in scarcity, urgency, every single offer that we make. We want to stack value. But remember, most importantly, don't focus on branding, your logo, getting your name out in the public. That's great, but that's not going to drive revenue for a small to mid-sized business. To drive revenue in a small to mid-sized business, you must get really good at marketing, creating value-stacked offers that also incorporate scarcity and the principle of urgency so that people know that if they don't take advantage of this right now, today, or tomorrow, whenever the deadline is, and they wait and they miss out on the few amount of these that are available, you will make more money and your business will grow. Don't overcomplicate this. Don't overcomplicate this. Create a great offer that is irresistible. It's so good they have to purchase it. And to get people to take action, not, well, I got to think about it and ask my spouse or let me look at my budget, incorporate true, real, genuine, authentic, scarce principles and principles of urgency around a very finite amount of time that you're going to offer that, and watch your consumers, your prospects, convert and buy your product or service, and then deliver it with unreasonable hospitality, like I've talked about before, so that you can get referrals and continue that positive cycle. This segment is sponsored by Rockbox Fitness Franchising. Take control of your destiny and join the boutique fitness revolution with Rockbox Fitness. If you're ready to make a real impact in your community and own your own business that empowers people to achieve their best life, then Rockbox is the opportunity you've been looking for. They provide comprehensive support from site selection, upfit, training, and turnkey marketing, so you can open your studio with confidence and a strong recurring revenue member base. Visit rockboxfitness.com and click on franchise opportunities to learn more about this exciting venture in the fast-growing boutique fitness industry. It's time to turn your passion for fitness and for business into a thriving venture. In my book, An Insider's Guide to Business, which again, 100% of the proceeds go to Write Love on Her Arms, a wonderful charity that helps prevent self-harm and suicide. It's available on Amazon, An Insider's Guide to Business. All proceeds, every single red cent goes to that charity, which helps people that are struggling with mental health. And in this book, in chapter 6, I talk about the marketing non-negotiables, scarcity and urgency, and how to use that to build your irresistible offer. But what I want to talk about today is to niche down. And the old saying is the riches are in the niches. But that's easy to hear. It's hard to do when you are a small to mid-sized business. You're doing 7 to 8 figures and you want to go after a bigger piece of the market. It only makes sense if I cast my net wider. I will catch more fish. I will catch more prospects and convert more into customers and paying customers. That's not necessarily true. And every time we go wider, our pricing and our offer is scrutinized at a higher level and seen with less value. Let me break that apart. When you niche down, and I mean really niche down. So, of course, I'm in the fitness business. I have a self-care brand as well, and a supplement brand. And, it's easy to say, well, it can help everybody. It can help anybody and everybody. And of course, like every other fitness concept, our avatar is a 35-year-old soccer mom who has disposable income and wears a Lululemon and is concerned about her appearance and wants to stay healthy and have energy to play with her kids and be the best spouse that she can be. And she takes her fitness seriously. Well, that's great. But everybody's going after that particular avatar. Like everybody's going after her. And yes, there are a lot of that avatar, but when you niche down, when you go deeper and deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole and say, no, I am really just going to try to get business from this niche. And let's say what that could be. Well, maybe that niche is professional working moms. So it's a mom who has children who have already aged into school. So my particular concept, Rockbox Fitness, doesn't have child watch or daycare or anything. So I would need an avatar whose kids have already aged into school and she doesn't have to be at home with them, or maybe they have a nanny at home, whatever it is, but she can't have to worry about the kids, right? That's part of our avatars. She can't have to worry about child watch for her children. They either have to be old enough or they've aged into school, or they are well-to-do enough that they have somebody to take care of the children during the day, or maybe family nearby. So that's usually a slightly older person. That's going to be maybe 40, 42. So the children have aged into grade school or middle school. Certainly has to have disposable income. But let's say we go down to where she also works and her significant other works as well. So we've got a dual income family, lots of disposable income, but very busy. So if we can niche down to her, a 42-year-old woman who works has a full professional career, her children have aged into school, or there's coverage at home, But time is her most precious commodity. It's not money, it's time. She doesn't have a lot of time because she works. She's trying to be a great mom. She wants to be a great spouse, be a great friend, be a great sister, trying to fit all that in. And so we would target her in a different way than, a different niche. We would target her on the convenience of Rockbox Fitness, on how you can get in and out in under an hour, get a full workout. You don't have to think anything or decide what you're going to do. The instructors will do that for you. You're going to burn stubborn fat and torch up to 600 calories on the boxing and kickboxing side. And then on the functional strength training side, you're going to add lean muscle so that when you're wearing your swimsuit in the summer, you have definition and tone in your arms and in your legs and a flat stomach, but you keep your curves, and you get all this done in less than an hour and just 3 times a week. And we'll even help you with your nutrition and hold you accountable, because we know you're a busy professional with a full life. We will even help hold you accountable by sending you texts and reminders and calling you if you haven't been in the studio. That is going to appeal to her. And because it appeals directly to her, and it sounds like we're talking directly to her, geez, I'm a working mother who's trying to do it all, trying to be a great spouse, be a great mom, be a great friend, be a great sister. Yeah, and you know what? I don't have the time, and I certainly can't do all my programming, and I need a little bit of help with my nutrition. This sounds like it's exactly for me. Well, it is, because we've built the marketing promotion for her. We've built that offer, that positioning specifically for her. If we were going after, and you can go after many niches at a time. Now, I'll tell you, crush one first, go all in on one, own that niche, then you can go to the next one, and then to the next one, and the next one. But when you try to cast your net wide, what you end up with is a diluted value proposition with a diluted price. When you try to go wide, you dilute your value proposition and your price. When you niche and you go deeper into that niche and you get more specific and more specific and more specific about your offer and how it alleviates the pain points of that particular super subset of population, they're willing to pay a lot more for it because it directly serves their needs and addresses their pain points. And they're willing to pay and exchange cash for the solution of you solving their pain points. And because you're speaking directly to them, you've niched down, you'll end up being able to charge maybe twice, 3 times what you could charge to the general population. Don't just take my word for this. And there's lots of research on this. There is lots of research that you can find on this, but try it. This segment is sponsored by Beamlight Sauna Franchising. Are you looking to take control of your destiny and own your own business? Do you want a great brand in a rapidly growing market? Well, Beamlight Sauna is a nationwide health and wellness franchise with amazing opportunities in select markets. You can bring the power of infrared sauna and red light therapy to your community while you build a thriving business. Beamlight Sauna offers support that includes site selection, build out, even pre-launch programs and turnkey marketing, so you can open your studio with a large recurring revenue member base. To learn more about business ownership and franchise opportunities in the fast-growing health and wellness space, go to beamlightsauna.com. That's BEEM lightsauna.com, and click on franchise opportunities to learn more. The only thing about listening to these podcasts that can be frustrating is we can listen to them, but then we don't change our behavior. Like, that's a good message. I should probably try that in my business. I'm challenging you to go try this. Continue doing what you're doing. Don't change your business, because I said so, but continue doing what you're doing. But pick one niche, and get super granular. Super granular. Who is it? How old is he or she? What is their ethnicity? What is their background, their educational background? How many kids do they have, or do they not have kids? What kind of car do they drive? Are they busy? Do they have free time? Are they building their career, or are they, already in their career and excelling in their career? What is it that is their pain point? And then figure that out, and then speak directly to that pain point, talking directly to him or her. And don't say, and we also do this, and this, and help these people. Don't say that. Just laser focus on who you really help and can help change their life in a better way by offering your product or service. And then when you do that and you have that marketing message really tight and you have your offer really tight, I want you to raise the price of that particular offer. You have to build it. You can't offer the same product or service to a different avatar and just charge more. I mean, you could, but it's not really ethical. So make that one a little bit more customized. It's a little more customized with a little bit more value, or something that doesn't cost you anything, but adds a lot of value in the consumer's eyes for that niche, for that particular avatar that you're going after. And once you figure out how you can build that offer that's a little bit different, it can be similar, but different, then double the price, triple the price, put that offer out in the marketplace to just that target audience. Don't go wide with your targeting. Go just to that audience and see if they don't convert at a higher rate at a higher price. Try it and let me know how it works for you. Knock them dead. Thank you for tuning in to the ThriveMore podcast. Don't forget to take a look at the show notes for any of the resources that we mentioned during the podcast. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you have access to the latest and the greatest. You can connect with me on any of the socials at Real Roger Martin. And be sure to check out our website, ThriveMoreBrands.com. There you'll find information on the brands we support and information on franchising. Thanks again for tuning in.